Hello dear participants, let us see the structural elucidation of 8th compound. If you see the molecular spectra, the mass spectra, the molecular ion peak is at 88, that you can see. If you calculate molecular formula using rule of 30, you get C6H14 and the double bond equivalent is 0 corresponding to that molecular formula. Right, it is a tentative, we don't bother about that, but we shall analyze other things. The double bond equivalent and the molecular formula may change depending upon the other functional groups. Okay, we shall progress. The base peak is around 57, exactly at 57. This is a base peak, and if you see the fragmentation pattern, there is no isotope. There are carbon isotopes but no other prominent isotopes. And if you see the fragmentation pattern, and this peak is M-29 peak and this is M-31 peak. Okay, they say some information about the groups CH3O like that. Okay, we shall see that later. If you see the IR, the zone 1 is absent and zone 2 is present and zone 3 is absent and zone 4 is present. If you see zone 2, it look like a sp3ch because it is just below 3000. It is just below 3000, it's not above 3000, and there is no unsaturated CH stitching. Okay, it is not acid that we know because it is not broad. And it is not aldehyde because that is not 2700 peak is absent, and therefore it is clearly sp3ch stitching. And zone 3 is absent, we don't bother about that. In zone 4 it is a typical carbonyl peak, and therefore carbonyl is present and CC is absent. CC double bond is absent, and therefore there is no unsaturation in the compound. Okay, if you see the C13 NMR, you can see the carbonyl peak here. Carbonyl peak, carbonyl carbon, and there are 3 other carbons are there. There are 4 carbon, therefore there are 4 carbon. In the 4 carbon, one is carbonyl, another are other carbonyl, and this peak has a special information. It is not attached. When there is a carbonyl carbon, there must be other carbon attached to carbonyl on both sides, but this peak looks different because it is a little extra de-shielded than this. This look like a carbonyl carbon. Okay, this look like a carbon that is attached to carbonyl carbon, but it is something extra. It is around 60 ppm, and we have to think for other possibilities. Okay, in proton NMR, we have only 3 signals. In carbon 13 we have 4 because this is carbonyl carbon. Carbonyl carbon, there is no hydrogen, and therefore it will not be shown in proton NMR. Okay, if you see here, there are 3 set of carbon in proton NMR other than carbonyl, and therefore we can find, and we shall analyze one by one. There are 3 types of carbon in 3 types of proton in 4 types of carbon. 1 carbon do not have hydrogen, that is carbonyl carbon. This is what we infer from C13 NMR and proton NMR. Right, let us analyze one by one the peaks. Okay, the peak that is at 1.1 ppm is a triplet. 1.1 ppm, it is a normal aliphatic carbon, there is no problem. It is a triplet, that says there is 2 hydrogen adjacent to this, and the integral value says there is a 3 hydrogen. The integral value is around 3 to 3. There are totally 8 hydrogens, and therefore in the molecular formula also we have only, if 8 is multiplied by 2, then we can think of 16, but molecular formula doesn't allow that, and therefore we can restrict to that 8, and we have also one carbonyl there, and therefore it is not at all possible, and therefore 16 is not at all possible, and therefore we straight away consider this as a number of hydrogens. So 3 hydrogen, and so that's why we consider it is CH3. CH3 that is splitted by CH2. This is what the information says at signal A. Let us consider signal B. Signal B, the chemical shift value is 2.3 ppm. It is a typical chemical shift value of protons that are connected to a carbonyl carbon, adjacent to carbonyl carbon. It is a typical peak, and therefore this CH2 group has to be connected to carbonyl carbon. That is the information we get from this chemical shift value, and it is a quadrat. It is a quadrat, that means there is 3 hydrogen adjacent to that, and therefore the integral value says it is 2 hydrogen, and therefore it is the signal of CH2 which is coupled or splitted by CH3 protons. Okay, and therefore we also found here CH3 CH2. I think these two are same, and from these two signal we can say we can confirm the presence of CH2 and CH3 proton. And here we found one more 3 protons identical as a singlet which do not couple with anybody. This region is phenolic hydrogen region. If it is phenolic, there will be 1 hydrogen. This is also amine region. If it is amine, there will be at least 2 hydrogens, amide, NH. And there is another possibility, ether also appear in this region. If it is ether, there will be singlet. But we can able to see in the C13 NMR and other things, it look like an ester because we have already a carbonyl carbon. Since there is a carbonyl carbon, it look like an ester, and therefore there are 2 possibilities. Either it should be ester or ether. It cannot be amine because we don't find any peak of NH in IR spectra, and if it is amine, it cannot be 3. Okay, it may not be also alcohol. If it is alcohol, it can, here the integration value can be only 1, and we don't have any peak at IR, alcohol OH peak we don't find there, and therefore it is either ester or ether, but the possibility is more for ester. If it is ether, then there should be 2 set of proton, because on the oxygen there should be 2 carbon connected on either side on oxygen, and that is not possible here, and therefore it look like an ester, and therefore we confirm this is a CH3 group on the ester part. Okay, that's how we, and therefore this isolated CH3 which is not coupled, that is present in ester. If we combine all the information together, we have confirmed the presence of ester group, that is COO group. We have confirmed the presence of CH3 CH2 group, and we also confirmed the presence of an isolated CH3 group. If we combine all these things, we get molecular formula like this: C4H8O2. If we calculate molecular weight, there are 4 carbon and 4 into 12, 48, and 8 hydrogen, that is equal to 8. 48 plus 8, 56. 56 here. There are 2 oxygens, that is 32. 56 plus 32, that is 88. It exactly matches with the molecular weight of the compound, and therefore we have to just connect. Where to connect? Where to connect CH3 and where to connect CH2? And this CH3 has highest chemical shift value, and therefore that should be connected to oxygen. And this CH2 has somewhat low 2.3, that is a typical value that is connected to carbonyl, and therefore this CH2 has to be connected to carbonyl, and this CH3 has to be connected to oxygen, and therefore you will get this is the structure of the compound. Okay, you can verify this with mass spectra. In mass spectra, the M-29 peak is due to lasts of this OCH3 group, right? And that is a prominent peak, and the 29 peak M minus other peak is due to loss of this carbonyl, the whole set COOCH3, and this 29 is due to the CH3 CH2 group. This is how. There is also another fragment by loss of M minus 29 peak. You can see here this is lost, and this can be, that is another possibility we can think of. The two peak M minus 31 and M minus 29 peak. Okay, thank you very much. We shall meet in another structure elucidation. Thank you.